Hello everyone, my name's K.R.Kraven. Today we are back, that's right, after 2-week hiatus because I have been sick, I'm getting over it. I'll try to keep the coughing to a minimum, but no promises. We are back with Star Trek Resurgence. I think the next game I gotta also continue doing is obviously this Friday. We're gonna see the car game, Long Drive, I promise, and I think Wednesday might be either a horror game or the continuation of Stray, or I may just keep that for Mondays with Star Trek, just them interchanging. I don't know yet, but let's just get into it, shall we? Here's where we left off. Oh, sorry. It's nice to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to be the king. I'm so glad to be back. I'm still a little bit sniffled, so I'm sorry if I sniffle. I'll try not to.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari Space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Oh, yes,
Ionic
impulse.
interference surging, Captain.
Oh, the ship! Ah! Oh.
Shield integrity holding.
Okay, so that's what shields
We are
are.
the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
I mean, I know
Commander
it's what shields
Rydeck,
are.
find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for
okay.
Federation signal types.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should play this with mouse to controller. Oh, never mind, it's fine. Not mouse to controller. Mouse to controller, just controller, but never mind, it's good, I got it.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Ooh, get...
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
Tractor that thing in. What does that say, Galileo?
I can't
It says
get it any
Galileo, that'd be
clearer.
cool.
We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Tractor
Power
beam.
up the tractor beam.
Yeah.
Pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, it says Grayson. Never mind. Still cool, though. Okay, I'm ready. Hands are ready.
First thing,
go.
lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Okay. Shuttle's right there. Oh. Okay, so we got it. Oh, yes. Come on, bring her in. I think do I have a model of that? I don't know if I have a model of that one specifically.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Oh, I see, okay. Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. Oh, hurry up. Get out the way. Get out the way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydeck, plot an intercept course.
On it.
How do I... Oh. What am I doing? Oh, I get it. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Oh,
Got
ow.
it.
Whoa!
Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Knowing our luck, it's going to cut us off somehow, right? Because of that. See, come on, let's just bring her in quickly, please. Like, really. Wants to Gordon be on it somehow. I'm just kidding. Imagine.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
You like there should be a medical team ready? Just saying.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Oh.
Ambassador Spock.
Oh my goodness. Ambassador Spock. Oh yes, walk forward. It's Spock. Still feel like there should have been a medical team, but...
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
I knew that picture was Spock. Oh, but it's so cool to see Spock again. I have to say it.
Apologies for the landing, Ambassador. I was operating the tractor beam, sir. I take responsibility.
Our arrival was the smoothest part of our journey. Your artistry with the tractor beam is commendable.
Compliment from
We
Spock.
thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
Storm has been pretty intense.
Bad boy right
There
now.
was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Onboard diagnostics can be wrong. I can take a closer look at your shuttle systems to get to the bottom of it.
I would appreciate that.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer.
Carter Diaz.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
Love it.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Oh, I love this game so much so far. Ship, space. Oh, okay. So war may happen.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
Yes.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Three.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed. And the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Elydia and Hotari. Elydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago.
Okay.
This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Elydians have shared a mining operation there.
Okay.
The Elydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illydian fleet if this escalates to open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
Which is true.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians as a source of dilithium.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
We could use that as leverage with the Illydians. They'll want the Federation to continue buying from them.
There might be something to that, Commander.
Putting that on the table could make the Hotari more hostile.
That's true,
Given
yeah.
the Federation's involvement in the Illydium-dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This
That's
recent
true.
surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
Perfect
That
story.
may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they took it.
That would also explain the Illydians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught at a disadvantage of our own.
That is true.
So I trust we understand our circumstances.
Yes.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Okay.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Oh, okay. Spock wants to speak to us privately? Heck yes.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional, but I'm not opposed to it.
I'm perfectly happy
Whatever
to
it
work
takes.
outside the lines.
Let's do it.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace will very well depend on it.
Okay. You know, no pressure. Nothing on my back, right? Yeah. Huh. Oh, jeez. Louise X got me. I didn't expect to get jump scared by ship warp, going out of warp. Warp impulse? No warp, probably.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I am not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
I'll put that
When you look at it logically, yes, it is just a shuttle. No different than any of the others.
There is plenty that is different about it, and that is what you are to investigate. But please limit your findings to observable scientific phenomena.
We'll try to restrain ourselves.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Even Chobok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one.
No, you don't.
You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You don't owe me anything.
You did the smart thing.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
Saurian brandy, heck yeah.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Okay, here we go. Oh, diagnostics. Ooh.
Oh.
I love this.
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. Yes or no, that's one thing. But I can't believe you said you needed to think about it.
I did need to think about it.
Well, you can't leave this unsettled. It's not fair to her. She was direct with you. Didn't play games. Neither should you.
Well, honestly, I was worried you wouldn't approve of, fraternization with...
Don't make this about me. You can see where this goes between you two, or you can stay friends. But don't screw this up. I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up.
Maybe it's best that we stay friends again.
Relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Here.
Oh, okay.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Let's see.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
Okay.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
Last one.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
Okay.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
Oh.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance.
Yeah.
Warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other.
I can't
Not
do the warp
overcomplicated.
coils.
One of these
Warp
systems
coils,
is likely
please.
broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
Yes, please. Heck yeah, the nacelles. Main menu. Okay. Your tricorder can record. Yeah. Use 2 to equip or hollow the tricorder. Okay. You must close. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Oh! Sorry, I just wanna. Okay, no, it doesn't. No skeletal. Okay. Then a medical tricorder, Kraven. Calm down. Okay, so let's check this. Oh, I guess I just have to do that one right now. You good? Oh, okay, you good. Okay, here we go. Okay, some objects will activate a deep scan during the scan. Q E to switch between scan modes. Okay. Okay, fine. Oh, there we go. Oops, sorry. Nope. Just resume, please. Thank you. Okay, so... Oh, here we go. Here, this. Here we go. Now it's time to do the red, I guess. The biological scan, though. Doesn't seem to be anything biological. Oh wait, go back? No. I think that's good. All nominally scanned, it said. Yeah, okay.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, must be the navigation.
That's so cool to use a tricorder and see what they see.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team. Hey, going planet side?
Yep.
as soon as the negotiating team comes down from the bridge. And you've got your hands full, opening every compartment on this shuttle. I hope you're not just trying to keep busy to avoid thinking about some other things. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. And lucky for you, I've got a ride to catch.
Believe me, I've been thinking.
Don't think too hard about it. It shouldn't be that complicated to sort out.
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
Gotta be cool to play for
That
Parisi
is another
squares
one of
too.
the captain's railroad things.
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part.
Oh, he's a train guy.
Until later.
Okay, I gotta respect that. That's why he has a train in his. Oh, it was ready
You don't
room.
want to miss your train.
I respect that. Steam guy. Ooh.
I do have to go. So, you've had time to think. You have something you want to say to me? The train is leaving the station.
Why not? Let's do a little romance in here. Okay, well, yeah, it was cute.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Save some of that for when I get back.
You've got a deal.
Okay, there we go. A little bit of romance. Okay, why not? Spice it up a little bit.
Be seeing you.
Hey, she liked that. I chose to date her, yeah. Well, obviously. Because
Excellent idea.
we should stay as just be friends,
If you could
imagine.
fall back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
Okay.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Okay, no
Running
problem.
now.
Hey, there it is. The three things that happen.
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure.
Little warp
However,
core in the background.
The Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed.
Okay.
Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Let's do it. It happens again there, yeah.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of
Hey,
range.
Cochrane.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure return non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Okay.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Okay, let's do it.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Oh, wow, okay.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
Oh,
We can't leave
no.
Otari space.
Not at warp, we can't. Impulse, but it's gonna take years probably. Just to get out of their space, wow. Ooh, this looks really nice. Pretty, very, very mountainy, I would say this is. Cliffy? I don't know. Spock. Oh my. Well, they're definitely, they seem tribal, maybe?
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tylos Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours.
Yes.
This is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind.
We're honored to be here,
insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
I'll put that, yeah.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Oh. Oh.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
Okay, so I kind of like
we're about to begin.
these guys more than so far the other guys who just walked in.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy?
Really?
I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
Yeah.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari. So I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
Very well then. Very well. Spock speaks wisdom. So we have to be patient and try our best to be patient. Here's the queen.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the
Okay,
Hotari
evaluate the
people and their
arguments.
queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Illydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement.
I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not
She
part
can
of...
speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Okay.
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime heart of the Hotari system?
My apologies, Your Majesty. I meant no disrespect.
Better. You are Kobliad.
Okay, good. Let's
Your
keep the
people
peace.
suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians.
Mm-hmm.
Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable.
Cardassians are just
Not unlike
dicks
how
everywhere.
we have been treated by the Elidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor.
Yep.
So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Spock like that, I'm guessing.
You may be right. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy.
That is true.
It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
As Ambassador Spock has said, we've come seeking a peaceful resolution to this conflict, and have no interest in your dilithium.
I'm not nearly as naive as you must think. The Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, which makes me question your motives.
Ooh, okay.
What they haven't said, but
But
cannot
they like
deny,
what I said.
is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. Don't tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Elidians? only be one or the other, not both.
If there can only be one, then it would be in the best interest of all involved if the Illydians resumed operation of the mines.
And that is why we should
Wait,
not
no,
trust
I didn't want to do that. Wait, hold up. Hold up, wait. Can I go back? Wait, hold up. Give me 1 second. We're back. Sorry. I didn't want to pick the other guys because they remind me of the Cardassians too much.
Don't tell me. Who deserves control of the dilithium trade?
I'm going to pick the right one that I truly do believe.
Who should the Federation recognize?
The Hatari.
Hatari or the Illydians? Can only be one or the other, not both.
I'll say the Hatari. Why not?
If I have to choose only one,
Yeah.
then it would have to be the Hatari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is
Or should I not have said anything at
the
all?
Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
Come on, just say yes.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything at all. Next, you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything at all.
I hope we meet again.
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
It's been a pleasure, Commander Rydek.
Ooh, they're gonna yell at me, aren't they? They are not gonna be happy with me right now.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hatari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Or at least Hatari will be willing to speak to me, I suppose. Now I kind of want to know, like, if I didn't say anything, I shouldn't have said anything, to be honest with you.
Soothing.
Oh, okay.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hatari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illydians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
I will keep that in mind.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illydians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illydians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Did you have help from someone else?
Hatari stands alone against the Illydian forces.
Okay.
We don't need help from anyone.
Okay.
They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
Okay.
Ready to contend with anything the Illydians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
It's a science vessel.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and
Yeah,
exploration.
exactly.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
You could guarantee it. Let's go. Okay, good. You had to bring the mass sensitivity really high.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has.
Yep.
It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands.
Yep, unfortunately.
He's a minor, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts.
Okay.
Which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Illidians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Oh.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Illidian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. Clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Sarlet Arminta, Special Attaché, Elydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but
Maybe we should
I
have
have to
picked.
give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm.
Oh.
I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You said the Hotari were primitive.
Well, they are.
Except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Is Commander in here? I think they are, right? I had to bring up that mouse sensitivity as well.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Okay, we're back on the ship.
Gravitational harmonics
I
failing
love
to
this game so
resolve.
much.
Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Nope. Right.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
Otherwise, it'll be an extended stay in the Hotari system.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Okay, we go.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Okay, here we go. I guess hopefully I get to drive a shuttle. Look at these little guys. And it's not a runabout, but still a little cute little shuttle, nonetheless.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Okay, so fly the shuttle. Okay, yeah. Ascend and descend. Okay, normal controls. Oh, there are 3 pages? What? Wait. What am I doing right now? Oh, okay, it's fine. Oh, the sounds are so cool. Okay, here we go. Am I gonna have to like dodge things?
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe.
This is so cool.
We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
No.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
Oh, wait, stop. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. I'm sorry. I can just go around. I'm an idiot. Thank goodness the game didn't register that as me crashing or something like that. Okay, sorry, impulse speed is going pretty well.
This is far
okay,
enough.
We're here.
Transporting the first probe into position. Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem? I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things.
Yeah,
You should at least
give her a chance. She's really chill, bro.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse.
She's
in
really
3,
chill.
2, 1, mark.
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
What just happened? Yeah, but Commander Rydek's pretty chill. So
The Resolute and the probe. We've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
Well, at least he likes me, so that's, I guess, good. Multiple personality disorder right now. I'm switching between characters. I don't know. I'm loving this game, though. Okay, we're here.
Here. This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe.
Hello, probe.
Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Oh my goodness, that was big.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay, here we go. Oh, here. Okay, so there's one, there's two. Okay.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
It should be around here. Okay. Choose 3. Oh, I thought it would be one on the moon, their moon. Okay, let me just check right here. Nothing else? We just quickly did it like this. Oh, there we go, okay.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. Current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Oh, the weapon! The weapon! Get back to the ship.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board.
For now, I'm afraid we have to wait till next time. I know. It's getting really good, but I gotta wait till next time, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video, please. This is K.R.Kraven signing out. Hopefully, I'll sound better as I record today's. But for now, you guys have a great night. Live long and prosper.